What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kofi Kingston, a.k.a. 1/3 of the New Day. You're not going to say it with me, sir? Yeah, come on, you better participate. Let's try it again. 1/3 of the New Day, and you are watching The Young and the Wrestlers. Ha 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 ha.
Welcome to The Young and the Wrestlers, the Pop Culture's WWE podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Best, alongside
me and Morris Jem. Hey, hey, ho, ho. I'm Jem.
This is our SmackDown in review, where we break down the latest episode in WWE television. And this wrestling conversation happens every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join that wrestling conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopcultures, where you can watch us record this show live. But if you want to join said conversation, facebook.com/group/thepopcultures, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, all those links in the down below area. Now, if you do enjoy what you hear today, we ask you to, in fact, share that conversation. Tell your family, tell your friends, anyone that you think may enjoy two random people talking about the storylines of WWE, bullshitting about it all, and having a damn good time. We are your place for that. If you want to support us financially, patreon.com/thepopculturist, as well as our merchandise shop, popcultures.com/shop. We can buy shirts and other sort of shit without logos on it. And it's a Twitch, because we'll talk about this before the show started, Jem. Mm-hmm. You and I, we're thinking, because Monday coming up, which is Elimination Chamber, is also a public holiday. So if for those that are interested, we think we may do a live reaction stream. We may watch it as it happens. That way you get to hear our thoughts and be like, that was fucking dumb, or that was really cool. Mm-hmm. And then we might...
it happens.
Yeah, and then we'll record a show afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're interested, let us know. We'll make that happen. Probably gonna do it anyway,
definitely.
but yeah. How are you, Jem?
I'm good. I'm full of dumplings and I'm running on very low energy reserves. So I'm like at that point where I'm like super hyperactive, and by the time we're finished here, I'll probably pass out.
Well, it depends, like, because the dumps will have a slow release.
Oh yeah.
So you may get a little bit of energy here, and there might be like a slow burn, but I don't think you get that big oomph that you're looking for.
No, I'm full of dumplings and all the other amazing Asian foods, and I am starting to get snoozy already.
Yeah, like you already feel that post-dump snooze.
Yep, and how are you?
I'm good. I'm thankfully not full of dump, which is appreciated. I love saying that. It makes me laugh every time. Look, I'm pretty good. The week started out all right. It's not too shabby. It's been pretty sweet. Mad Dog in the chat goes, they are fun to do live reactions. Well, Mad Dog, you're welcome to join us, man. You can be in there in the chat bullshitting up a storm with us. We will presumably have like 3.5 hours to bullshit with people. It'll be good fun. But yeah, no, my week's been good. Been very, very slow. It's only just started. I had diabetes training today for work. Not to get diabetes. I can do that fucking naturally.
I was going to say diabetes training. What is that, like a triathlon for diabetics?
Yeah, it's just me chugging sugar syrup, really. But
How
no.
long is this going to take?
And then I vomit a little bit and then, prick my finger. Yeah. So my brain's a little bit mush because I took a lot of information in today. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
Good.
Speaking of what was pretty good, I guess, SmackDown this weekend. So this weekend, the big selling point was that John Cena was returning for the first time on Fox.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't
see anything either. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. We won't talk about John Cena because like that was probably like one of the best parts. I might wait on that one.
Oh yeah.
Where do you want to start the show this week, Jem?
Ooh,
looking at these notes.
Look, I reckon we should start at the top of it because it's the quickest and easiest.
I agree. So, we haven't discussed this yet. Super Showdown happened.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Some things went down.
Unfortunately.
Miz and Morrison are now your SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Unfortunately.
The Undertaker came out, chokeslams AJ Styles. I presume he wins that trophy.
Fortunately.
Craig in the chat goes, not talking about Cena? I can't see why. We also saw Bailey retain.
Unfortunately.
Then, how do I say this without wanting to punch this table? Goldberg is the new Universal Champion. See, the problem that I have here, Jem, is this is a situation where I fucking hate that I was right.
And you're right.
I am so mad that I was right. I'm like, look, this is...
I literally wrote in my notes, Ryan's prediction was correct. Fucking, I hate you. I hate when you're correct too.
No, I hate it. Look, the prediction was that Goldberg would take the title. This would allow him to go up against Roman Reigns. So that would be the match at Mania. Spear versus spear. Cool.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. Goldberg came out, he walked into the ring, had a weird twitch in his eye the whole time. It's almost like he has a visual tic. Is that a thing? Is that common?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I feel like a prick now.
Yeah.
But I noticed, I'm like, do you have like face tourettes? Like,
yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, people do have like.
Well, no, I know people have it. Like a friend of mine from high school had it, but this is one of those things like I never noticed on him before. And they just booed up a storm. Holy fuck, was that crowd mad?
Oh yeah, the
crowd
arena,
was
like,
so mad.
The roof blew up with boos.
Yeah, it was pretty
so
gnarly.
not happy about it. And he's like, "It's not about what's in the past. It's about who's next."
Who's next?
The most anticlimactic, like, but at the same time, it was like the best because it was like, oh, don't go on some massive spiel. And Roman Reigns is just like, I'm next. And I was like, short and sweet, I like it.
Yeah, because everyone knew. It wasn't a surprise.
No.
But what I love about it even more.
Get them the fuck out of there. That's all we needed.
What about even more? So for the venue of Elimination Chamber, they have been advertising an Elimination Chamber match for the longest time. It was like Cena, Roman, Braun, like Shinsuke, and like some other fucking dude. There was Bobby Roode. Like they've been advertising this, that being the chamber match, right? The men's chamber match was all about finding out who is going to take on Bray at Mania, right?
Yeah.
That was the plan. But they just fucking changed it. Like they're not even like, oh, it may change. They're like, nah, fuck that, scrapped. Roman's coming out.
Card has completely.
Like, we already know that Roman's going to win it, so let's just give it to him.
Yep, exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, skip the formalities. They don't need a build up. They can just do it at Mania. Yeah. Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. Look, it's one of these things. I was trying to explain it to my wife about how it is a shit thing, but then there's this other side where in terms of what they want to deliver business-wise, it makes sense. Because Goldberg can take that. He didn't give a fuck. He got paid like $100 billion and then he's just going to piss off for another year and a half. And then no one will care. Where Roman is there every week. And if he takes that belt, he's going to be booed every time. And then be an exact repeat of what we saw prior to him leaving for his medical break. And that they can't have that. They literally cannot have that. And it was one of those things. I was listening to a podcast as I do, and they were discussing. Mad Dog goes, "Yeah, crowd were chanting, you both suck." Yeah, they did. A podcast I listened to brought some things to my attention.
Okay,
and they were like, "Look, the Fiend is an awesome character. Bray Wyatt is an awesome character." But look at his matches. And then I thought about it. And I was like, no, it's pretty true. His matches have been pretty disappointing. Yeah. So it's one of those things like, and I guess we even said it at the time, like when he won the title, we're like, did he win this title too soon? Like, shouldn't there have been a bit more build up? But they just caved and gave it to him, really. They caved into fan pressure over on this side, but then went against it over here. So it's this weird line. Like, I'm glad. I wouldn't say I'm glad he's lost it, but it's like I'm glad he had the run because there was some cool stuff that came out of it, and I think there is some cool shit that'll come out of this as well. As we mentioned, he's, it's in the title of the episode. He's taking on Cena. We'll get to that a little bit later. And one thing the podcast pointed out as well was during this whole moment on SmackDown, they didn't know, at no point did they show the video footage of him losing to Goldberg.
No.
So is this a case of, are they, quote, burying the Fiend? No, they're not. Because they're almost going a simple.
They're not even acknowledging his.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, he doesn't have the belt now. He's taken on a legend, and he's going to go over. He's going to fucking kick the shit out of John Cena. Now, the way John Cena was talking,
John Cena basically said it.
Yeah. All right, fuck. We're talking about John Cena right now. John Cena pretty much walks out and he delivers this awesome thing that was so close to almost being a retirement speech.
Oh, yeah, so close. He's like, it's not goodbye, it's I'll see you soon or something like that, basically. And he's like, I believe in the future of the WWE. You guys believe in the future of the WWE. I don't believe you need me back, so I've decided that I'm not going to have a WrestleMania moment. I'm going to leave that for the people that work their ass off 24/7, 7-Eleven, 38/7, TV, European, 24/7 champion. I'm sorry, I had to. But basically, yeah, he's like, there are kids out there busting their ass. I'm only here every now and then. Like, I'm making space for them. Mm-hmm. They deserve this. I've had my WrestleMania moments, so I'm not going to do this. And yeah, as he starts to leave and basically says goodbye, the venue does the shutdown thing and the Fiend's right behind him. And the camera's paced perfectly on John Cena. Yeah. And then it pans that little bit and the Fiend's behind him. John Cena just slowly turns around to his right and he just stares at the Fiend. And the Fiend just points at the WrestleMania sign behind him like this. And John Cena just nods with his hat. And that's it. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was absolutely perfect. And that made up for that shitty opening for sure.
Yeah.
It was, then he just goes boof, boof, boof at the end of it. And you hear the laughing. And then that's perfect. It was actually beautiful. And even though I knew it was coming, I was like, feed me this on a fucking silver platter. Like, I want this. I know it's coming. We predicted it's coming, but we still want it. Well,
because as we said last week, and as I said incorrectly last week, might I add, about John Cena equaling, the original discussion we had was around about the idea of if the title was involved, it would give John Cena the possibility to, I said last week, to match Ric Flair's title count. But actually, if he was to win it, he would be higher. So they're both on 16.
He's currently 16.
They're both on 16. I thought it was 16 and 15. So my apologies on the mistake for anyone that actually fucking listened. So I think that would have added a cool other side to the story. Especially with the John Cena Bray Wyatt history. That would be cool. However, I'm still keen to see this.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's definitely I think it really is John Cena's not below putting over somebody. And I definitely think that this sort of match, he's going to get his ass handed to him and he's really going to put over the Fiend with this.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be really cool to see John Cena's face on the Firefly Funhouse wall.
Dash Gamer says something different.
Hi, Dash.
He goes, it was lame. The Fiend's lame. John Cena is lame.
And you're a negative Nancy.
Yeah, big sourpuss. Still love you, Dash.
We still love you.
I do. I still love Dash. I can't argue that. I still love Dash. But yeah, look, it's one of those things that even though it was 100% fucking talked across the internet, I was like, sweet, I'm keen to see this. I'm totally down with John Cena v Fiend. What is the Fiend going to do after that? Fucked if I know. Fucked if I know.
Yeah, same.
I couldn't even predict. I can't even remotely make up something for him to do post Mania. I got nothing.
Yeah, neither.
However, still keen to see it.
Yep, 100%.
Dash goes, who cares?
Oh, Dash.
Fiend gimmick is dead.
Nah, no way, no how.
All right.
People love him. I love him.
And he sells merch, so that he's not going anywhere right now.
Right.
Jem, what do you want to talk about now? How about the chat about...
I do want to mention...
Yes?
I saw the other day, there was a photo of there was screenshots from SmackDown of John Cena, and it was it was
one of those 4-panel pictures, yeah?
4 panel pictures, and yeah, the last one was a goat. It's like screenshots of John Cena from SmackDown, and it's like Cena, goat. He is the goat.
I wouldn't argue he's the GOAT. Speaking of, though, because we can't even not talk about fucking Cena for some reason. Everyone should go watch the Ruthless Aggression doco on WWE Network right now. It's awesome. There's a whole episode about Cena. The one I just watched was entirely about Evolution.
Ooh.
It's really cool, actually. It's really cool. Because, like, having not watched a lot of Ruthless Aggression, but knowing a lot about it, like knowing enough about it, I was like, oh, this is giving me information I didn't know. And it's that cool blurred line kayfabe real thing. I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. And that's what made me fall in love with John Cena, was that first match against Kurt Angle where at the end of it, The Undertaker shook his hand. And it was just, yeah.
Well, if you love that scene, boy, oh boy, do they play that like 19 fucking times. Yeah. They show that a lot.
Yeah, they did. And John Cena had his documentary as well, which was pretty cool.
Look, speaking of feeling like we just keep seeing this same shit over and over again, let's chat about Braun Strowman and Shinsuke Nakamura. It was confirmed that they are having a rematch for the IC title at Elimination Chamber.
Contract signing. Blah.
Adding to what we discussed last week, the fuck! I am so sick of these contract signings.
But I'll give this one credit because I did not see it coming. Okay, so also, first of all, Renee Young, always good to see her. But the way it went down was basically Braun Strowman's like, Sami Zayn is like, whoa, we're going to handle this like gentlemen, take a seat. Braun Strowman picks up the chair and piffs it. Funny. I like it. But he's rocking a weird-ass fucking mullet at the moment, too.
He's taking out a little braid thingy that he had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Not feeling it? Not feeling it?
Put your hair back up, please. Party in the front, business in the back. Other way around. Business in the front, party in the back. It's a mess. Anyway, Sammy's like, Braun's like, look, shut up, Sami Zayn. We're all sick of you spilling your bullshit. I know the match is basically going to be the three of you versus me anyway, and I'm happy. Bring it. And Sammy's like, whoa, hold on a minute. Did you just say that? And fully twists Braun Strowman's word. And he goes, no. If you want it, you've got it. So Sammy signs the thing. Then Cesaro signs the form. Then Shinsuke. And then he gives it back to Renee. And he's like, go back and tell them that it's a a
3-on-1 handicap.
Cap match. Yep. Go and tell them. 3-on-1 handicap match and Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for the IC title. And Braun obviously gets shitty, starts smacking people down.
Oh, no, he politely moves the table. Which I liked. I was like,
he did.
Okay.
Yeah, politely moved the table first, and then he, uppercuts Shinsuke, then Cesaro, and then goes to hit Sammy and ends up getting overpowered, and put through that table that he had just moved. I don't know. I'm over it.
I like it being a 3-on-1 handicap. That's a nice spin on the normal tight. Like if it was just Shinsuke v Braun, like it was originally intended, I would have punched myself in the dick. But
it'll be good to see Sammy in a ring again.
Yeah, and like what if fucking Sammy wins? What if he wins? He won't. But wouldn't that be absolutely amazing?
Oh, it'd be hilarious if he did.
And then that'd be the division of this bullshit faction that we're going on.
Yeah, 100%.
Look, as we discussed last week, our Raw episode last week was just about how garbage contract signings are. Also, hey, Max in the chat.
Hi, Max.
So I was instantly mad when like, here's a contract signing. And then even Corey Graves on commentary was like, oh, we know what's going to happen. I'm like, yes, we do. And that's the fucking problem, Corey.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Saying that, though, not to be that guy, but AEW did a weigh-in this week, almost like an athletic weigh-in, and that was their same as the contract signing. That is a awesome spin on the contract signing because signing contracts are fucking boring.
Yeah, exactly. It.
Weighing in,
that'd be interesting.
That's very sports-like.
Could you imagine a weigh-in between Braun Strowman and Shinsuke? That would have been cool. Trying to weigh in like Sammy, Shinsuke, and Cesaro all at the same time. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
get them all on the scale.
Yeah, at a combined weight of fucking 4 people.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, no, that was cool. But speaking of rematches, we had Naomi and Bailey again.
Yeah, even though it happened literally the day before.
Literally. And yet they were at it again.
And that is the correct use of literally, not that 2000s teen girl version of literally. This is
not like literally.
Literally.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like match goes to start. Bailey sort of swings out of the ropes and grabs a microphone. And she's like, "Why are we doing this? I literally beat you last night." And I was like, "Bitch, same." Like I'm thinking the exact same thing, Bailey.
Right, bitch, same. That's correct. Jem did also beat Naomi yesterday.
Yeah, me too, bitch. I beat the shit out of her.
Hashtag samesies.
Yeah. And then she goes on to be like, she announces Sasha Banks. Basically, hooray, Sasha Banks is back.
They were in Boston. It made sense.
Yeah, exactly. It is Sasha's hometown, so they had a big old huzzah for her. That was lovely, don't get me wrong. But yeah, she comes out, obviously starts interfering in the match, ends up in a big duzon of like, so I think Naomi was about to get the pin on Bailey and Sasha broke it up, disqualifying Bailey. And then, yeah, it was a 2-on-1 attack on Naomi and then out comes Lacey Evans. And yeah, she comes out and just goes straight after Sasha Banks and it ends up being a big duzon, and then all of a sudden the referees start shouting, like you hear the announcement come over and the referees are shouting and you hear this match is being restarted as a tag team match. And we get Naomi and Lacey Evans versus Sasha Banks and Bailey, to which, my surprise, Bailey and Sasha lost. And Bailey took the pin from Naomi.
Oh.
Which means we are going to see Bailey versus Naomi again.
Mad Dog in the chat goes, Jem runs in and makes the save. Because you're in your Lacey Evans dress?
Oh yeah, I ran in and I made the save.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first of all, that means we are going to see Bailey versus Naomi again.
Correct.
Because Naomi got the pin on Bailey, she is entitled to another title shot. It is said earlier in the match by Corey Graves. Second of all, we're finally going to see Sasha versus Lacey, and we're probably going to get both matches at WrestleMania.
I'm going to say so, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm all for Lacey versus Sasha. I've been wanting to see this since Sasha, obviously was out with an injury. Couldn't care less for Bailey versus Naomi, to be honest.
Well, that's that one thing. It's a situation of like, why should this matter? We've seen it twice now, 3, if not more.
Yeah, exactly
it's
right.
just, it's just showing that they really don't have a plan.
They really don't.
And like, I think the original plan was reliant on Sasha, and then Sasha getting injured really threw a spanner in the works, which is understandable because they didn't really plan for that and just kind of happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it did kind of just happen, but you work with what you got,
But there's not a lot to say because I don't fucking care.
No, not at all.
And it's very difficult to stay invested and to care. So prior to me us recording this show right now here on Twitch, I did do a bit of a half-hour pre-show banter about AW Revolution. And we were discussing the women's division over there at AEW and then how it compares to like WWE. And really yawny apparently. And I was discussing how WWE does have the better women's division. However, I oddly can't explain why.
I think because it has more.
Yeah, but even then it's like...
more seasoned women.
Yeah, because it's like, well, we see the same matches over and over again. We see, there's titles that mean almost nothing. And it's like, well, how is that better? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to industry experience, maybe.
Yeah. Because like that, because they're still booked poorly. And, they're not given a lot to work with. So I don't know. But even then, like this, I just really couldn't. Like it just wasn't doing it for me. But speaking of something just not doing it for me, hey, ho, ho.
Ho, ho.
That chant by Miz and Morrison sucks a whole bag of dick. And I do believe that it's them just trying to annoy the people. It's like
and it's working.
We're heels. Here's the chant that's just going to annoy you, that we know is not going to go over, that we know is not going to get any sort of like praise or acceptance, but we're gonna do it anyway. Yep,
I can appreciate it.
So There's a yawn everywhere. Fuck, why am I so tired?
It's getting late.
So we see they come out with the new championships after winning from Super Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
And they announced their first title defense will take place at Elimination Chamber.
Well, they don't. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So they're bitching and moaning and dancing and celebrating and having fun. And as they're doing this, a referee's over at the ring announcer, and you can see him going something, 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 something.
Yep.
And he's like counting. And then the ring announcer goes, he's like, I've just been informed that The Miz and John Morrison will be defending their first official title defense at Elimination Chamber against The New Day, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, and the Usos. So their first match will be an Elimination Chamber match for the titles, which means they don't have to lose to lose.
That's 10 bodies in a chamber. That's amazing.
Yeah, 10 bodies in a chamber, tag teams. It's going to be interesting, especially because they did have a really full-on match with the Usos right after this, to which the Usos won.
Yeah, it's the Usos. The Usos are great.
So that's really interesting to see that they literally won the night before and then they lost.
Yeah.
So I don't have high hopes for Miz and Morrison.
Well, the big difference is they're taking. So there is this whole because they're the sixth. Like the Usos are 6-time champs right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were to happen to take these belts, they would then match the New Day as the 7-time champs.
Exactly.
And I think that after they were discussing last week with the whole idea of they've had better than you because we have one more title reign. That may change. That may change next week, and we may see the Usos walk out with them belts, and then we'll have a 7-on-7, and maybe that's where the feud will go next.
Yeah. But speaking of that Elimination Chamber match,
yes,
we did actually have a singles match with Kofi Kingston facing Robin Roode.
We did.
Yeah, which was an interesting little matchup. There was a little spot there where this is where I'm going to give Roode and Ziggler credit, right? So Ziggler was distracting the referee. Robert Roode made a ploy where he jumped and smacked himself on the
that was awesome. I did enjoy that.
And then he was playing the whole, he threw me into the stairs. So Big E gets kicked out. Kofi's like, what are you doing? They're playing you. And he's like, nah, out Big E. And Big E's like, I didn't touch him. Like, I love that Eddie Guerrero lie, cheat, steal like that. That was such a nod to Eddie Guerrero, and that was perfectly done, because you even see him look over at the referee smiling, and then he's like, oh man,
I'm so I got so much pain.
So suave. Yeah, that was probably the best part of the match. But yeah, Robert Roode did end up getting the win with the help of Dolph Ziggler. To which this leads into another little segment. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are standing backstage watching. And they're watching, obviously, Roode and Ziggler celebrate. And Sonya turns to Mandy and she says, your man seems really happy.
Oh, your man?
What? Yeah. And even Michael Cole noted on it as well. And we're like, oh, what's going on there? Obviously, like, your man, what's Sonya? Like, is there something seriously going on there? Anyway, they cuts to Otis backstage watching on as well. And he's like, there's something not right. Like, something doesn't feel right about this Mandy and Ziggler thing. And Tucker's like, look, Otis, like, I can understand why you feel that way, but, sometimes, the one for you isn't the one for you. And, we need to get you out. We need to get you back into everything. And, I want to introduce you next week to somebody who's not going to cheat on you and who's not going to do you wrong. And that's the WWE Universe.
Yeah.
Basically saying that they're going to be in action again next week, which is beautiful. I'm really interested to see where this is going, because the fact that Otis is picking up and noticing that something isn't right, I want to see what he's been up to. If he's been like creepy stalker sleuthing or...
look, I think he may be neckbeard sleuthing, is all I'm saying. Like
But I love it though, because he's like, something's not right. And it could have been as simple as like there was a look on Mandy's face or something like that. Like, I don't know, but I found it very, very interesting.
But okay, well, that's spitball right now, Jem. Mm-hmm. What do you think it is? Do you think it is just that sleuthiness of those misplaced text messages from last week?
I think that he's clued on because of the way Sonya's been acting towards him and the way she speaks about him. I think he's triggered and he's been like, Sonya's doing something here. I think he might know.
Okay. Or has suspicions. Well, it's interesting because as it was mentioned last week, you know, when Tucker approaches Mandy, like, look, why did you send him? Why did you send him a message saying you're going to be late if you weren't late? By me, and Mandy had no idea.
She's like, yeah, what text? Which, yeah, obviously, like, I'm assuming if Otis was hiding somewhere later in the night, he must have overheard that. He must have been near enough to overhear it because Tucker and Otis aren't far away from each other at all, ever. So where one is, the other one is bound to be very close by. Like, they're so close that, like, regularly Otis kisses Tucker on the head and says, I love this man. Yeah. So you can guarantee that they're not too far away from each other at all. So even though Tucker said he didn't come out of the hotel room tonight, I doubt it. I doubt they left together and he was just trying to make Mandy feel bad.
And it looks like it kind of worked. Yeah,
definitely. But no, I'm interested to see the development of this, especially if it's going to lead into like a Rude and Ziggler v Heavy Machinery feud. I think that would be really cool because I want to see more of Heavy Machinery. Yeah. So
because as we discussed on Raw with the Street Profits, like we're yet to see Tucker and Otis separate. So I think if that was to happen, it would be likely there would be that feud with Rude and Ziggler, which is cool because both them, they're not going to win those belts at Chamber. So it's not going to happen. No. So it's probably the better decision for them to sort of look at that. And I guess one of those things because both Tucker and Otis will want to go for blood against Ziggler. So it would make sense for Robert Roode to then come in as the supporter, as the strong man for Zig.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, no. But even then, all right. One more fantasy pick there for you, Jem.
Okay.
How do you see this ending? Like, what is the goal? Like, what will it prove? What will it achieve?
Look, as always, you want to see the guy get the girl. I don't think that's going to be the circumstance, but I think there will be like a really good like mutual like, hey, like, let's not date, but let's be friends type thing. Like, I think that's sort of where it's going to lead, which is like the best of both worlds, I guess. And like, it's not going to be like that, no, you have to date me type thing. It's going to be like a lesson in when a girl says, no, let's not date, let's just be friends. And Otis is going to be like, yep, cool, we're just friends then. And a lesson to like, no means no. So just move on and be friends if they just want to be friends type thing.
So you don't see it going down like the Mario route of, he saved Peach from another castle.
Oh, no, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, and I didn't like...
Interesting. You're thinking very, Dear Mario, please come to the castle.
Look, I was just using a bad example because like
No, I get what you mean, but like Dolph Ziggler's like the big old bad Bowser.
Yeah, like if especially if...
Rescue her.
Because possibly like Mandy might... feel understandably mistreated, that she'd been lied to about this whole text messaging and being eluded away. Because, as she mentioned, she was actually interested in having the date with Otis.
She was bummed out about not having it.
Yeah. So, like, look, granted, I think it may still go your way, as you suggested, but maybe they'll get that date and they'll be like, no, that was fine. And then nothing will come of it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Probably the best.
At least he got his date. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Speaking of nothing coming of it, let's get into the last section of the night. Daniel Bryan and Curtis Axel.
Yeah, interesting. Look, I'm glad that we saw Curtis Axel.
Mm-hmm. I forgot he existed.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, they could have easily had Daniel Bryan versus a Captain Nobody with Drew Gulak coaching them. But no, they've got Curtis Axel, an actual superstar on the roster, in the ring with Daniel Bryan with Drew Gulak coaching him. Which this week, Michael Cole called him Drew Axel. So I've realized this is going to be an ongoing gag with Michael Cole. And I kind of love it.
Oh, I died.
Yeah, I was like, yep. Clearly Drew Gulak's so insignificant that he's getting misnamed. And I loved it.
And that really plays into this whole story because he's coming out here claiming to be this wrestling expert and knowing where Daniel Bryan is falling short. And like, we don't fucking even know who you are. How are you coming out and saying this stuff?
Yeah,
What grounds
and
do you
it was
have?
absolutely beautiful. And then Gulak just shouting instructions at Curtis Axel was great. It was a decent enough match. It was obviously really good to see Daniel Bryan take the win as always. And I definitely think it's leading to a Bryan v Gulak feud. Not that I want it, but
It's a good chance to showcase Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak,
Yes.
Previous cruiserweight champion. Like he has had a good run in WWE, even if it's 205 and no one really watched it. Like he obviously has some skill.
Something.
And if anything, it might help push him into some spotlight. Even if he loses this feud, like people will remember who he is.
Yes.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But anyway, that does bring us to the end of the show. As I said, it's a good show. It was fine.
Yeah.
Like actually,
Look,
it couldn't have been any more of an episode.
Yeah. Look, I'd call it right down the line. I'll give it a straight up Kurt.
Yeah, and I can know we've been
It's
given a lot of
good.
straight up Kurts lately, but it just comes down to it just being.
But that's consistency
kinda
as well. Like,
disappointing.
it's good that it. Yeah, look, but at the same time, like having that, like being there's consistency to it. It's not really up one week and then really down the next. There's like that even balance, which I appreciate, which we're not seeing that much with Raw. It's either great on Raw or it's bad, whereas SmackDown have got this really nice balance at the moment, and I'd rather it consistently be a Kurt than be like a Kurt and then a H and then a Kurt and then a H and then a Kurt and bar and then a H, So
It's covering the whole spectrum of our review system right there.
yeah, exactly it. So gotta make it remembered.
So we haven't done this in a little while. We haven't reached out to Dirt Sheet Dash for a Dirt Sheet, but Jem's got something before we jump into that.
Just quickly, sorry. Did you see the video of Kurt Angle with the fucking spaghetti?
Yes.
Oh my god, how good was that? You calling me lazy? I won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. If you use that
Okay,
one more time,
for context, Kurt is filming himself eating spaghetti, drinking a glass of milk.
Cutting the spaghetti with scissors before he puts the fork in his mouth. And he's like, watch. And he calls his missus over for another glass
To get
of milk.
another glass of milk, which I love.
Yep. And as he's lifting the spaghetti, he cuts it and she's like, are you serious? And he's like, what? And she's like, you just did that. And he's like, yeah. And she's like, you're so lazy. And then he pulls the whole lazy. I won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. And she's like, I swear to God, if you use that on me one more time. And it was just the best. Like, he's a meme lord now and I love it.
We love
Good
you.
job,
We
Kurt
love you, Kurt Angle.
Two Kurt Angles on that
We
one,
love
Kurt.
you, Kurt Angle. You know that.
Two big old Kurts. You've got your signed thingy of him. You love it.
I do. Where is it? It's over here. There it is. There's my boy. There's my boy, Kurt.
He watches over us. He's
does.
our Kurt Angel.
He does keep us safe. His little action figures over there as well. Is he on Cameo? Because I feel we should get him on. Like we should get
I feel like he should be.
because you can pay for business shout outs.
Yeah. Kurt Angle, the Kurt Angel.
I think we should get one for here. But yeah, as I said, we haven't done this in a while. Dirt Sheet Dash. I've not actually asked him, but there is one bit of Dirt Sheet news we should discuss today. As of right now, Matt Hardy is a free agent.
Hey!
His contract has expired. He's made a number of videos on his YouTube channel to talk, returning to the broken character.
Yeah.
Essentially alluding that, look, whether it's happening or not, AEW are also turning into the skid as well, and they too have been promoting him, promoting the arrival of the Exalted One. So the Exalted One is the leader of the Dark Order. Pretty much just after he made that video announcing that he is free agent, AEW started posting the Exalted One is near on their social media. So it's looking either it's a brilliant troll or Matt Hardy will be joining AEW.
I am so excited.
With the return of the broken character, of course.
Mm-hmm. That would be amazing, especially for the Dark Order.
The reason I bring this up, Jem, is because you are a Hardy fan from way back.
I am.
Are you happy to see your boy get his time to
Yes.
to do his creative thing?
I'm happy to see him happy. It's that simple. Like, that's all you ever want from somebody, especially like your legends like that. Like, you just want them to be happy, and you know that, Matt Hardy is a very creative person, and so is Jeff Hardy, and they need to be somewhere where their creativity can shine through. And I think somewhere like AEW is going to be perfect for that.
Sure. Speaking of Jeff Hardy, he will be on Backstage this week.
He will be,
So
yes.
possibly we'll get some more information about where he is currently at. Did you make yourself bleed?
Yeah, I burnt the back of my ear and I just rubbed it a second ago and now it's bleeding.
No. Oh, hey, Sarah, the chat, what's going on?
Hello.
Well, anyway, we'll just wrap up the show. We'll do our little post-show chats as we do. But anyway, this, only because Jem needs to care to her bleeding ear hole.
Oh, it'll take me 2 seconds. There's tissues behind me. Give me 2 seconds.
That's all right. Well, I'll do the spiel. Ooh. This was our SmackDown breakdown analysis.
There we go.
Thankfully, your image was pitch. It was blurry. We just got a whole bunch of side butt.
That's fine.
All for the views.
It's a good butt.
But anyway, this is our SmackDown breakdown analysis. This comes to you every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join the conversation, head over to facebook.com/group/thepopculturist, Twitter, Discord, Instagram. All those links are in the down below area. If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopculturist, where you can watch us record this show live, just like Max did, just like Mad Dog did, just like Sarah is, just like Dash did, and Buddy and Benny when they joined us in our pre-show chats about AEW. Now, one thing we would like you to do, if you could be so kind, would be to share this wrestling conversation. Tell your friends, tell your family about this show where we chat about the storylines of WWE, and we embrace it stupid, we embrace the silly, and it's damn good fun. If you want to support us financially, head over to patreon.com/thepopculturist, or you can also buy our merchandise at popculturist.com/shop. We buy shirts and other shit with our logos on it. And as we mentioned, are on Twitch, where you can also watch us record not just this show, but our Raw show, as For the Players, with our PlayStation podcast. And next Monday, we'll be doing an Elimination Chamber live reacts, where both Jem and I will watch the pay-per-view and chat about it as it happens. It should be a lot of fun. But until then, until Wednesday, we talk about Raw. I'm Ryan Betson.
And I bleed for this business. I'm Jem.
She does. She cut herself open like fucking Cody Rhodes style.
Yeah.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
The Young and the Restless, the Pop Culturist WWE podcast, is fan support over at Patreon at patreon.com/thepopculturist. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abatomi, Damian Holdies, Kyle Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.